Yo, it's your boy Michael Trilltail, and I'm here with the Ghetto Flower, Fresh Flowers Podcast. You already know what it is. Got my main man co-host Q in the building.
What's going on, man? Got another special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
It's me, Naira.
Hey.
Interdisciplinary yapper, whatever.
Ooh, interdisciplinary yapper.
Yapper.
What does that mean? You're a yapper?
Mm-hmm.
So you like to talk?
Mm-hmm.
What do you like to talk about?
Anything to anybody who will listen, actually. It's probably like, it's a character flaw and a strength.
Right. There's two sides to this.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I feel you, Naira.
Yeah.
But let's get into it.
Let's hop in, man. I'm ready.
I
I'm
kind of
ready.
wanted to start this off by just pretty much talking about like what you recently got coming up and what you're recently about to get into, or what you recently got going on.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I want to ask you is you and Rich Robbins, you guys are hosting a True Chicago conference.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, speak on that.
Yeah, the True Chicago Conference is going to be next month. I think it's going to be on the 13th. Hello, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh my gosh, please don't fire me out. But we're going to be hosting that conference. This is actually my third year hosting it.
Oh, really?
So the year before I hosted with Tuck, and then the year before that I hosted with Bianca. So shout out to them. But the conference is basically just like a space for creatives to either like embark on new creative goals and like get the tools and like the insight to be able to do that, or to advance their craft. So it's like panels, a keynote speaker, portfolio review, mentorship opportunities, just like a space for people to kind of, not only just be like, oh, this is what I want to do and, have conversations, but to also get like tangible tools to be able to execute those plans. So it's a super dope space.
No, that sounds raw. And do you know how did that come about?
Yeah, how'd you get into that?
Yeah, so I got involved with True Chicago because they reached out to ask me to host a couple years ago. And the first year I hosted, I was like, what is this? And where are you guys asking me to come to? And so that's how I got involved at first, because I had heard about it and I might have been to some of their events, but I didn't know exactly the work that they did.
Yeah.
And so once I saw that like it was just like the conference specifically was this space where a bunch of people that I was in community with were coming to not only link with each other, but then like, find mentorship opportunities or just like get some like knowledge. I was like, okay, this is like the spot to be at. So I feel like tangible tools are sometimes like few and far apart. Lots of conversations, not a lot of like ways to actually do the thing,
100%.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, okay, I see what's happening. And that's like, I feel like that's like the crux of True Chicago's work as well. As I've like gotten to know the organization, is that they're kind of just like creating the spaces or being a conduit for the spaces for creatives to actually like create the work that they are interested in.
And that's huge.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
That's really big.
Huge.
Mm-hmm.
So that is October.
That's gonna be
November.
13th.
November 13th. So,
And if I'm wrong, then somebody put their hands on
we'll put
me.
the date up.
Okay.
We'll put the
Yeah, I guess. How can someone find out more about that?
Yeah, you can just follow True Chicago's Instagram,
Okay.
and all the information is on there. If you're looking for it, you can look on my Instagram. I think me and Rich collab posted about the hosting. But and they're like rolling out who the contributors are going to be, as far as like the panelists, et cetera. And I think they're going to announce a keynote speaker soon.
Dope.
So yeah.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah.
So that's a hosting event that you are going to be a part of, and I want to talk about another event that you just got done with. It's the surf flea market.
Yeah.
So you were able to interview Nico. So like kind of speak on that and speak on the surf event.
Yeah. So I got the chance to interview Nico for the 10-year anniversary like weekend for surf, which is a project that the Social Experiment put out a whole 10 years ago. Call me old without calling me old. But I was in high school though, so I ain't as old as some of them. Let me stop.
Yeah, I'm older than you. I'm older than you.
But yeah.
We old, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know how old anybody is. I feel like we've reached that age where everybody's kind of like, we're starting to homogenize. It's like, older than this, I don't know what you younger than, but I know what you older than. You know? But we all paying the same bills. So anyway,
exactly.
ain't that young. Comment, don't think I'm a baby, so that's fine. But yeah, so got the chance to be able to interview Nico about a project that really impacted me a lot as a shorty growing up making art and all that fun stuff in the city. And so interviewed him about a couple things, but we talked about the flea market that they had the Sunday following the show.
Yeah.
And it was basically just a space where they had like food vendors. Oh my gosh, I'm talking about. I tore some vegan food to shreds. Like,
really?
Some vegan food hate to see me come. Oh my goodness, the things I did to that food. Like, anyway, they have vendors, so food, drinks, clothes, knickknacks, all that fun stuff. And then they also had a like live. I think they did like a live interview, podcast panel, that type of thing. But yeah, that's what we chopped it up about. It was at the Dark Matter warehouse.
Okay.
So, and I think I told y'all this earlier. I don't usually drink coffee, but Dark Matter got that stuff.
Dark Matter coffee is good.
Yeah, their coffee is good. Yeah. So shout out to them. That's where we were recording at, and that's where the flea market was at. It was really fun.
Nice. Okay, that's dope. That's dope. Two things. You're vegan?
No, I'm actually pescatarian, but I used to be vegetarian, and it's you gotta get some thickness somewhere. You can't be anemic, so I gotta eat a crab leg, a little shrimp or something like that, a little tilapia, whatever. Try to get some
little salmon,
a little slamming, like whatever. If you know what's good for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and that's been what year? I think it's been 13 years.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah.
What are some of your favorite foods? Just to kind of sidetrack real quick. What's like your favorite food?
That
I know I kind of put you on the spot.
No. The reason why I'm thinking is because I love food in general.
Yeah.
It's easier for me to name things I won't eat.
Okay.
But I do love Nigerian food because, of course, I'm Nigerian.
Come on.
Hey.
Come on.
Hey, really?
Come on.
Really?
Come on.
Wow. What were you gonna tell me?
We family. We family.
Okay.
We family.
Cool. Yeah. So Nigerian food, of course.
Yeah.
And then I also really like Asian food, like across like cuisines. I know that's like a broad category, but Indian food, Japanese food, some sushi, some curry, some rice.
Curry.
Okay.
I call the rice diaspora, like rice across like diasporas, like any rice people, any rice cultures.
Yeah.
I'm with them.
I'm there.
You with them?
Yeah.
It don't matter. Jollof rice, Spanish rice, Mexican rice, Chinese
Pilau,
rice.
I'll eat some fried rice. I'll eat some,
I'm with you on that.
I feel you. So I wanted to, because you said it was at Dark Matter Coffee, right? What's the Dark Matter Coffee order? Because you said you like their, what do you usually get?
Now, I have not like slid to Dark Matter and grabbed coffee randomly, but I have been like, I slid to Dark Matter because The Mind, Zig, he was doing some stuff with them, and so I had went there for the first time when I was kicking it with him, and I was like, okay, cool. And I think I probably had something very plain. I don't think I've ever ordered for myself when I've been there, though. A friend is always like, here you go.
They put you on.
Yeah, exactly,
Okay, I feel
and then
you.
when I met Nico up there, when we chopped it up, they already had a drink for me. And I probably should have asked what it was, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So,
but they're just good.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
so
straight to I love a coffee that is like fantastic without all the fixins, and then also just has the like ability to be customized without being bastardized. Does that make sense?
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. So let's segue into so we kind of talked about you hosting. Then we tapped in on you actually doing interviewing. I wanted to tap in on like actually like your content creation. Now, you had a viral video of you talking about how nightlife is dead. Why do you feel like nightlife is dead? Because that video was so like perfect. The way you framed it is hilarious. And also I have a follow-up question to this too. So why do you believe like nightlife is so dead out here?
Yeah, so, and people can be mad at me. They can reserve the tomatoes they're gonna throw at me. But I think that a huge reason why outside has become boring is because a lot of folks want to go outside and look cool. And
I have it written down here. Yep.
Yeah, like they literally just want to go outside and look cool, but people's perceptions of looking cool have been so skewed towards like the literal appearance, and even the appearance of looking cool has changed, right? Because, some years ago, like in the early 2000s, now I wasn't, I hadn't been around for that long when the early 2000s, were at their height, but looking cool was a different thing. Looking cool was like dancing or like, showing out or whatever the case is. And so now I feel like a lot of people think to look cool is to be painfully nonchalant. To look like you're not trying at all. I don't even know if you're trying to breathe. Like you're just sitting there. You want to look very still.
Yes.
Like almost like a painting.
Yeah.
It's like very boring. And like as a result, people go outside and they just want to stand around. And I understand that, everybody has their own different definitions of enjoyment. You know, everybody's enjoyment is different, but because there are so many people who are not only dedicated to looking cool and nonchalant, they're also like projecting that same requirement onto other people. So if you do anything that's not like that, then you're weird. Why is it that we're somewhere that plays music and has a dance floor, yet I'm being looked at as weird because I'm dancing? Because there's the number of people who are not dancing supersedes the number of people who are dancing. And so if you dance, either it's a spectacle or it's a disturbance. Not sure how, this is a dance floor. Someone in my comments was like, people get mad when you dance on the standing floor. I'm like, period. That's exactly what the problem is. And so I feel like it's, people are, also, I don't blame people for not feeling like free to let loose because everybody records everything. I've been, had people record me without my permission, which is not fun. It's different when someone's recording you because they're like hyping you up. It's another thing when people are just like,
trying to put you on blast
or whatever the case is. And in the case for me, it's been because someone was like endearing or they thought that it was cool that I was like, whatever the case is, like in the space that they were in. But that's that version of that. I can only imagine how it feels for someone to put a camera in your face when you're just trying to be yourself. And so that adds to it too. So I just feel like people they project their own insecurities about looking cool onto others. But they also carry those insecurities with them everywhere they go, even places where those insecurities have like zero space.
Oh yeah, no, for real. I had so much to interject, but you just said
everything.
You
hit it all right in the head.
You just said everything I was gonna say because, like you said, it's the perception has been skewed now, and like you said, people got phones now.
That's what
so
it is,
now it's not cool to be the one dancing. It's like, no, bro, that is cool. Like,
that's what's supposed to be cool.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck
came
you
here to
talking
have fun, socialize.
Exactly.
Having fun. Actually, that's what I was about to say. Being in the moment back then was cool. Now it's not like that. People want to live it through their phone. Where they go? They go straight to the crib after they've been at the event and look at the event on the phone, scroll everything.
And post their story, and then that'd be
that'd be like that.
Sure.
Like that is crazy.
And also like, people think that in order to dance and have fun, you have to be good at it. And that's not a requirement. You don't gotta know how to dance, just move your body. But because you're worried about being embarrassed, then it's like, if I don't know how to do this thing perfectly well, then I shouldn't be doing it at all.
Exactly.
And that's just not,
it's just not it. It's just not it. But I wanted to bring up another thing. You said in the video, a yam burglar. Speak on the yam burglar.
It's funny because if someone called me out for this in the comments, they're like, I feel like you cut the video after saying that because you started laughing. I did. Because I did not, that was not something that I had planned to say. It was very candid, and I was like, not a yam burglar, G. But truly, a yam burglar is somebody who it's usually a dude, you know what I'm saying, who come up behind you while you shaking your cheeks, and he just sneak up behind you, try to steal some yam, like just
steal some yam.
Try to steal some yam, like a thief, like a thief. It's like, why are you approaching from behind? It's almost like you you tiptoed like a thief. To try
catch some yam,
sneak some booty. And it's like, I don't know why niggas got a problem with just being like, hey, what's up? Oh, okay, cool. Let a girl see you before you just come up, start,
sneak up on somebody,
bumping and grinding on them, and then you're confused why, someone's like, you just enter my personal space like with force and vigor, but no rhythm. Like, maximum tenacity, zero rhythm. And it's like, I think that I've seen a lot of men, both in real life and on the internet, say, oh, women don't want us to dance with them anymore. And it's like, no, it's not that. Some women don't want you to dance with them, and that's okay. But you would know if a woman wants to dance with you or not 100%. If you asked her.
Exactly. Use your words.
I know they told you that we should be seen and not heard, but if you ask a woman a question, she will answer.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I feel you on that.
If you're watching this, do not be a yam burglar.
Do not be a yam burglar.
Please.
Do not be a yam burglar. And you're like so loud and so wrong. It's like the worst yam burglars can't dance. That's why that's why you gotta steal it.
That's what you gotta steal.
Exactly.
If you could buy it, you wouldn't steal. Anyway, if I was a better preacher, y'all listen to me.
We gotta do a whole podcast just on that.
Just on
yam burgling.
Yam burgling.
Just do a case study.
That is crazy. but what needs to change, do you feel like, with the nightlife? Like, where can we find a conclusion with this? Because I feel like we kind of talked about certain points, but like, let's try to tie it in. What do you feel like we could do?
I think one, I need DJs to play more dance music. And I said this
agree.
in the video that I made, and I had some friends that are DJs chime in, but was it Nosa who said DJs don't play dance music because they don't know how to dance themselves, so they don't know what people are dancing to? Changed my life. It really changed my life.
Trigger warning.
Yeah, so I need DJs to also dance,
Learn how to move.
or at least I
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I was like, and that's why you're a DJ and I'm not. That's why I talk and you wiki, you know what I'm saying? Do that. So I think that's an important point. DJs being privy to what music is actually danceable, and because you can't that's not, you can't clap no cheeks to that. You can't catch a vibe to that. So that, and then also people encouraging themselves or others to at least have fun or move or find like movement, like what movement looks like for them personally. I encourage people to dance in the mirror. Not only is a full body workout, but it also helps you like find confidence in yourself to not be standing still as a steak. And then also, if you see somebody else enjoying themselves while they're out and you feel critical of them, ask yourself if you're projecting your own critique of yourself onto someone else.
Exactly.
You don't have to dance, but don't make me feel like I'm weird for dancing. And that's that. I think that if everybody starts like rededicating themselves to enjoyment when they go outside to enjoy, and not perception, then the world will start to heal itself.
I feel you.
Enjoyment.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I love how you kind of summarize that, because that is definitely huge. Another thing I wanted to ask is, we talk about, places getting it wrong. Has there been a place that actually got it right, that you actually, like, is there an event that you really enjoyed that people were just like in the moment? Is there something that you could remember?
That's a good question. Let me think. Because I've definitely been places where I was like, wow, that's... Now, so I will say, when I slide to the like Latin bars, I ain't gonna lie, they know how to get down.
Catch a vibe, man. Catch a vibe.
They know how to get down. They don't care what you're doing.
I feel you.
In a circle, you jumping up and down like a dolphin. They do not care. So that is a fun time.
I feel you.
But I also will say, like, Black-centric, queer-centric events are also super cracking. There's some DJs I really rock with. If I start naming DJs, everybody's gonna get mad at me, but I'll name a couple that always get me moving. DJ Cash Era, King
Cash
Marie.
Era's
Shout out to Mochi. Shout out to Nosa. Ace Spade. Ace Spade could dance too. He be dancing. I'm like, that's why you play dance music. Makes sense. Now things are adding up.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of people who curate spaces that are perfect for dancing or catching those vibes. And Cash gave some really good advice one time where she said, pay more attention to the DJ than the venue, because while these venues try to curate those vibes, it's the DJs that kind of like, really instill them and like drive them home. So if you find a DJ or you see a DJ that's playing music that you like, don't stalk them, but definitely follow them and see what they're doing next, because you'll usually find that vibe there.
No, definitely. That's a I love that you said that, because that's exactly, if you like how they play, go to more of their stuff. You know what I'm saying?
They curate that vibe that you're looking for.
Exactly. And shout out DJ Cash Era. I never got to meet DJ Cash Era yet, but man.
Hey, she got some insight. She got some. That's my dog. Me and her fake hate each other, but we like love each other.
Every show she had, I'm like, man, the way she be mixing that shit.
Yes. Vicious.
Like, for real, just a legend for real.
Mochi, DJ Mochi, he got the vibes too.
Yeah, Mochi got the vibes too. And people be like, hey, he white, he playing Afrobeats.
He playing the beats.
Do it better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that there's a shortage of DJs in Chicago getting their flowers. So I feel like, he doing his thing and I rock with it. He's a cool dude too.
Definitely. Yeah, shout out, bro. And another thing I want to segue into is, like, I kind of want to go back into the origin story. So we kind of like touch base on you interviewing, we touch base on you hosting, and we touch base on kind of your content, but we're going to get back into that. I want to touch base on your poetry, because that's actually like how I first got in contact with you. It's actually through Love and Nappiness. So when did you start like doing poetry? Yeah. And is that like how you kind of got into this whole scene?
Yeah, it is. I always tell people that poetry is my first language. It's kind of like, it was my segue into the creative scene in Chicago. My oldest sister, Esther, she was like, doing poetry, Louder Than a Bomb, Brave New Voices, like that type of thing. And so a lot of her peers ended up being my mentors when I started sliding to YCA or whatever the case is, sliding to their open mics or their writing programming. And so not only like pursuing poetry as a craft, like in admiration of the work that my sister was making, but also as like a way to express myself. And yeah, when I started going to like wordplay and things like that, I met a whole bunch of mostly like not mostly musicians, but the friends that I have, I say it's like a poet to rapper pipeline. You know, it's like a lot of them make music. Most of my friends make music, but many of them, their original craft, or one of their original crafts is poetry. I can't rhyme, so you will not catch me rapping anytime soon. Well, I used to freestyle, but them days are over. But yeah, so got to, make friends with people who I'm still friends with now at all those open mics, and then just continue to be connected to all of the things that they're doing. I have the blessing to be able to invest myself in their crafts. So I don't make music, but I spend a lot of time around music.
Yeah, definitely.
And those friends have blossomed into so many different things. And also poetry being my original craft has blossomed into opportunities for public speaking and just comfortability on the stage. I never said that I was a host. Somebody was just like, you should host this. And I host Social Works open mic now as well.
Oh, that's fine.
And just, continuing to like provide that space for young people to like be impacted by the work that changed my life too. So that's kind of the start of it.
So is that where you met Matt at the? So I think Matt told us about this in his pod. So who else was at these open mics?
That is how I met Matt, and I found out randomly that Matt had art class with one of my older sisters.
Oh, damn.
She called him by his government name when we were outside of an open mic, and I was like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, yeah, whatever." So that's how I met Matt. That's how I met Fem. My twin. That's how I met Michael. Michael is like one of my oldest friends as well. We've been best friends for a very long time. That's how I met Jamila Woods. She was teaching a workshop, like the workshops that I was a part of, and then ended up being one of the mentors, a part of the summer internship that I was doing through ICA. That's also how I met. There's a lot of people, like countless people, but the people that I'm closest to right now, I met through those.
The open mics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember Matt telling us about it, and that's crazy that you were a part of that too.
I was just a shorty. Like when Fem was still away at school, when Fem was in college, I was still in high school. And so I went away to school and then I came back, and there was like this shift between me being too young to hang out with folks and then me being like 21 plus and folks being like, all right, come outside.
Yeah, you can rock with us.
I'm with y'all. And then of course, like I met a lot of other people through those friendships that they had with each other. So that's how I met Lon Renzel, who owns Studio Shapes, or that's how I met The Mind or whatever the case is, or even Cousin Vinny, who does the food content or whatever.
No, that's fire. That's fire. That's
it's all
fire.
connected, man.
Exactly how it started at
the open mics and shit.
Yeah, and that's how I also met, Nico, and met Chance, and met all of those people too, Saba, all of them, like through those open mics.
No, that's definitely fire. So like, when did Love and Nappiness? When did that kind of come about?
Yeah, so Matt founded Love and Nappiness. It's like the namesake of the project that he dropped around the time that he founded it.
Right.
I think that was 2019. Something like that.
I think it was,
Yeah, 2019. And he threw the first Long Hair Don't Care show as a part of the Louder Than a Bomb like festival run, like the auxiliary events. And so he asked me to perform at that. And that was like before me and Matt were super close. I think that was like the year that we became like closer. But let me remember what you asked me. Okay, so that's how Love and Nappiness got started, and that's how I got involved with the Long Hair Don't Care show. I performed at the first one that was in like Salon, and then I just started like pulling up to help sort items every year. And then Matt was like, "Oh, do you want to work with me in this capacity?" And then one year he was like, "It would be cool if we could do like an actual concert." And I was like, "Why not?" And he was like, "We don't have any money." I was like, "So." And he brought all that stuff together. He's got like a super imaginative mind, and I'm painfully optimistic. So I feel like it was a good combination.
No, for sure. Yeah, because that's where I definitely first seen you at. Were you at the Toby Lou one?
Yeah,
the Toby
I
Lou
would.
one, right?
I was at all of them. So I did me and Matt co-hosted the one at Metro where Jamila headlined. I don't think I did a
That's the
poem
one
at
I
that one.
missed. That's the one I missed.
Which one do we? Talia Hall.
Yeah, so then
Talia Hall.
after the rest of the years, we did them at Talia
Talia
Hall.
Hall,
So
okay,
I think we did Toby at Talia Hall, and that was I hosted that one, and then I did a poem at that
that's
one.
the one I seen.
Mhm, That's when I met y'all, and then after
Yeah,
that we did
yeah.
Raven.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And
That's y'all 3 years strong? 4?
at Talia Hall, yeah, we did 2 years at Talia Hall. I think.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that. Oh my
no,
gosh.
yeah.
If I could count, then I would know, but I can't. But yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I love pulling up to those shows, and you guys always put on a great show.
Hell yeah.
Especially the one with Raven was nuts. Like I
It was
remember,
nuts.
yeah, her fans were.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
had-
That
she
shit was
had a lot of
packed out
fans.
for
Yeah,
real.
I took that show personally because I had missed her when she came to Chicago. When she was back in the city for her tour for her project that had dropped, I think a year or two prior to that. So I took that real personal. I was like, yes, finally, God loves me. So yeah, it was beautiful.
And you got to be a part of it. So
Yeah,
that's
like-
all.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's dope.
What's that like for you? I guess like preparing for that, like not only helping on like the operation side, but then also like, oh, I gotta be a host and like make sure things go smoothly. Like, were you nervous at all? Like, talk me through that.
Yeah, I honestly, the only nervousness I have is like just making sure that everybody feels accounted for. And that because hosting is it feels like a hard job, when it comes to making sure everything is going smoothly and you're covering all your bases. But it's easy for me. Like once I get on that stage, it's just like light work. If anything, you gotta try to get me off the stage. And me and Cash have an issue where we start bantering with each other.
That's what I was gonna say.
And it's just like,
Yeah.
nah, Matt's like, get out of there. I'm like, sorry, talking to my friend on
No,
stage.
it seems super like casual and like
Yeah.
chill and just very conversational. And I feel
Yes.
like as someone in the audience, like it felt just so like embraceful. Like everyone felt like a part of it. Like,
Yeah.
and that like was such a great environment to be in.
Yeah, that's the job of a host, is to bring the audience into the thing that's happening on stage. It's not like us and then y'all. It's like us together creating this like beautiful moment. Because who we would be performing for if y'all weren't here, and like what would y'all be looking at if we weren't here? So it's it's a group project to make a show feel lively, and so that's my job, is to kind of be like that bridge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that as far as nervousness when it comes to the execution of the show, I think that we are always we are continually blessed with volunteers and friends, etc., that like really tap in to make sure that everything goes smoothly.
Yep.
And then I don't know. Sometimes you might have to have your little shot, little drink, or something like that,
Exactly.
and just
Take
be
the
like,
edge off a little
at the
bit.
end of the day, this is literally music. Like this is not,
Yeah.
brain surgery.
Exactly. Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel you. And you speak about we're doing great on time. Probably got a little bit more. We got a decent amount of
Yeah,
time
let it
left.
flow, let it flow.
But you bring up the word, like you said, you're the bridge. I wanted to bring up the
bridge.
bridge.
See, hold on.
So yeah, let's you feel me, a little layup. so let's
crazy.
talk
I
about
shot
that. Let's talk about that because you had Jamila Woods on there on the lineup, and you said you were she was doing she was doing like a class with you guys, right? So like how did that? That's kind of crazy. Like how that kind of laid out. So speak on the bridge.
Yeah, so the bridge is basically a benefit concert series, I believe. Shout out to Shawnee, Sanite, Jamila, who brought me into that.
Shouts tonight.
Yeah, I performed a poem at the concert. The benefit concert was for Semicolon, who also partnered with Love and Happiness in the Long Hair Don't Care show throughout the years as well. So shout out to Semicolon. They're definitely very involved with just bringing folks in, or helping folks bring the things that they're interested in to fruition. So it was beautiful to be able to give back to them in that way. And yeah, when it comes to Jamila, I met her when I was in high school, and she was facilitating a writing workshop that I was a part of. And then I did a internship that she was also one of the mentors of. That being said, Jamila has continually shown support, not only for my work, but the work of other creatives, across genres, in every respect. At Chance's show this past Saturday on his tour stop in Chicago, he gave her flowers as being a mentor, teacher. Same thing with Nico at the Surf concert. We all have the same. Matt feels the same way tonight, etc. Jamila, that's mother. She really truly during the uprisings in 2020. I was laid out on the grass doing jail support, I opened my eyes, and Jamila had a box of breakfast, right? Like, it's been times, like, when I was a shorty, I got kicked out the crib. Jamila was like, you good? Like, how's it going, boy? Whatever the case is. And even in my adulthood, just continue to support the work that I do. So that being said, it was, yes, very beautiful to see her just keep being a part of the new things that folks are coming up with. So, yeah, so the bridge was like, it was a beautiful moment. I'm happy I got to be involved with that. But shout out to Jamila.
And you did a poem there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did a couple poems. I had a little set of poems. I think it's funny when people find out that I do poetry because it's many people who that was the way that they met me, but a lot of people now are like, that's that girl that make them videos online. I'm like, yes, I am.
And you are flowing perfectly because that's what I wanted to get into. So you bring up the fact that, you know, more people know you about the videos you make online. So kind of break down like what if I didn't know you, like what would you say that your videos are that you make online?
That's a good question. I would say that, well, they're like, in the most bare way possible, they're rants, right? Or commentary about anything, literally anything, whatever comes to mind. I made a video where I was talking about groundhogs or woodchucks. Yeah. I didn't know they were the same animal.
They are.
They are?
Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that groundhogs and woodchucks are the same animal. That's what they told me, and the internet is always right.
Believe everything.
Believe everything that anybody says in your TikTok comments. Don't let anybody make you read a book ever again. But yeah, so I'll talk about anything, but it's mostly like commentary and rants. And the people who are close to me will tell you that's the way I talk in real life. I'm always like, I just think it's funny how, and that's like, you know, so then I just started doing that in front of a camera because Rach Jackson was like, you should make content. And I was like, what would I do? She's like, all the things you do in real life. So, but yeah, I would just say that they're like rants and commentary. Now, I also talk about more serious things. So sometimes it's political commentary or commentary about like the climate of things, encouraging people to do or to not do XYZ thing, right? And I've been using like that space in that way for a minute now. But the more comedic aspect is me taking the time and dedicating several minutes of my life to talking about something that's actually not that serious that I feel very passionate about. So yeah, somebody described it as me saying all of the things that a lot of people think. Just saying them out loud. And we call that ADHD.
There's a name for that.
It's called ADHD. It's called a lack of self-control. We just decided to yap about whatever it is that occurred to me.
So is that like how you get the idea for a video? You're just like, you know, it's just so natural. You're just like mad about something, or you're like, is that how you do it? Or? Yeah,
like whatever occurs to me, I'll be having a conversation with a friend and we'll say something, we'll talk about something, I'll be like, I'm gonna go sit in my car. I'll be like, or I'll like, if something occurs to me and I'll just set up the camera and just talk about it. I think that the other thing is that I have a lot of friends who also like to talk. And so my friendships are like conduits for like that creativity because we will literally talk about anything. So that's helpful too. Yeah.
No, that's definitely like what I thought. I think that's what everybody thinks. Like when they see your videos, they're like, you know, it just seems so natural. And the stuff you talk about, like, you know,
on point. Like
exactly, like we said, like it's everybody. It's like what people like want to say. So like, what was the first video that kind of like got you like traction, and you were like, oh yeah, I'm onto something with this?
Yeah, so there's two first videos technically. So the first, like in this recent era, because there's stuff that I posted, you know, some years ago, whatever the case is. But I always said I didn't want to be like anybody's celebrity activist or to get like wrapped up into that. So I took a break from making like social justice centric content as far as like videos go. But that being said, the first video I made was me saying that I think there was this trend or something like that on TikTok where people were talking about bad relationships that they were in and then dodging bullets. And I was like, you didn't dodge that bullet. Like, you got blicked. Like, that man did you dirty. Like, you got turned every way but loose. And that was like the gist of it. And so that video got a lot of traction, but I didn't make anything for a while. Then I think the next video I made that like caught people's attention was the build a house video, where I'm just like talking about how men are always in women's business, always trying to find something else to do when they have a list of things that they could be doing.
Oh yeah. I remember that one. I remember that one.
Going to war and dying, falling off a bridge, whatever. Build a house. Go build a house. You worried about what I'm doing with myself? Go build a house. I actually made that video in my car. I came in a crib and Fem was over at my crib. And I showed him part of the video. I was like, should I post this? I feel like this is a little aggressive. He was like, no, that's funny as hell. Please post that. Shout out to him because I posted it and it was like from there.
That's damn near one of my favorites. That shit was hilarious. Other than this, you know, the new one you dropped about the club, about how, you know, nightlife is dry. Like that one sticks out in my head too. That shit's hilarious.
Wait, Naira, did you make one about like Chicago's downtown being better than like everywhere else?
I did.
I think I saw that one go viral on Twitter. I think.
Yeah. The thing that really made me like, I started to have a lot of fun when I started to talk about Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I could talk about Chicago, and I'll talk about Chicago to anybody who will listen. Like I don't care. I'll talk about everything, city planning. I like how my city is like better than every other city, but how I can't stand my city as well. It's like I can talk about my city, but y'all,
you can't.
y'all can't
stay over there.
And I think because my following is so concentrated in Chicago, that like I've also then like received a lot of love as a result, like, you know, in public or things like that. But also just like Chicagoans are very gregarious. We talk a lot. So I think it resonates the most that like my audience happens to be people just like me.
I feel you. That makes a lot of sense. And I wanted to break down one video specifically because I have a follow-up question to it. It's about Beat Kitchen. We don't have to completely completely go in on them, but you said I would rather journey to the geographical center of Lower Wacker and drink Malort mixed with overpass juice out of a pothole with a straw before I go back to Beat Kitchen without an apology. That shit.
What happened?
So I want to speak on like what makes a venue bad or good. Because like, you know, you're a part of so many things. So like kind of speak on that.
First of all, I like Malort.
You like Malort?
I like Malort. Controversial, but nevertheless, stand on that. I did. And, you know, I reached out to them afterwards. I was like, I'm sorry. You caught us stray. It's not about the fact that it's Malort. It's that I would not drink it mixed with overpass juice out of a pothole with a straw.
Yeah.
That's the, you know what I'm saying? That's the issue. The Malort is the least of the issues. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, though, what makes a venue good? Actually, I'll say what makes a venue bad.
Okay.
I think that my issue is that sometimes it feels like venues forget that being a venue is being a host and requires a deep amount of hospitality.
Yeah, definitely.
Because in reality, it's not just about the service that you provide. It's about being what's the word I'm looking for? Being a vessel for the thing that's being made, created, or shared.
Yes,
so it's not about you as a venue.
Not at all.
Because you wouldn't have anything to showcase if it weren't for the artists and the patrons of those artists, etc. And so the thing that freaks me out a little bit is when I see venues think that they are the center of the tent. You're not the show. We could be standing on the side of the street. We could be in the middle. We could be at Jackson Park on the grass. We could be anywhere right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so you are just a conduit for the thing that's happening. You are not the center of attention. And I think when folks do not make sure that's the standard of care across the board, whether it's their staff, their bartenders, their security, etc., their stage hands, their sound people. Like when I see, like I've encountered very rude sound people, very rude, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
security. And I'm like, this is not about you. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Like this is not about you. And you wouldn't have a job if these artists or these patrons were not in this space. Like the work that you do is important, but it is not the center of the work that's being done in this space. And that's what the word service means in service industry, is that you are providing something for somebody else. And as someone who's worked in the service industry, I don't think that means that like those people got to be like at everybody's beck and call and you got to be kissing ass. But like you have to go out of your way to be hospitable, because that is the point of the venue. That is the point of your job. That is the role that you're playing in this space, is to be hospitable. And so I think that when folks lose that as the center of the work that they're doing, then their venue is trash. Their venue is trash and it's not welcoming. And the reason why I made that video is because, also I just want to say they never reached back out.
That's crazy.
So y'all kiss my ass. But
you see how many views that
I
video
gave you
got,
this. I gave them the
comments?
space and opportunity to have, that dialogue, and they reached out and then they didn't follow up on it. And I think that when you don't see the people who patronize your space as important, as valuable, regardless of if they have 100,000, 200,000 followers or not, because there was numerous people who had the same experience, then you've lost the plot, because it's about people. It's not about money. It's not about any of that. It's about building community and being a space for that community to thrive. So,
Yeah, and that's how you feel like that's what a good venue is. That does.
They provide.
Yeah, exactly. They provide that space for people to be able to throw their shows, to throw their concerts. They're welcoming. Young people have a really hard time finding places that will let them do their shows. And I get it.
It's even worse.
Yeah,
now.
it's really bad. Young, the youngest, the kids, the 2000 baby, whatever. They will rip your ceiling off.
Yeah, they little wild. They little wild.
They get wild. You know what I'm saying? They do get wild, but they make good music.
Exactly. They hungry, man.
They just need they real hungry, and they just need guidance. You know what I'm saying? They just need a little guidance. Hey, maybe don't stand on top of that. Maybe don't. You know what I'm saying? Destroy that.
Rip your ceiling off.
Maybe don't rip the ceiling off. Maybe don't eat the floorboards. Maybe just sit still. But projecting onto all young artists, especially Black artists in the city of Chicago, and assuming that they're all bringing the same thing to these spaces is not fair. Especially because they don't do the same thing to white artists. And if you've seen a white mosh pit before,
they get wild.
You would clutch your pearls. You would be at church on Sunday. Okay, like they get wild. So and they be drunk, throwing up, acting crazy. Tweaking, you know what I'm saying? Like they do drugs that a lot of us don't do.
Exactly.
So I don't even know why y'all worried about us. Smoke a little weed 10 feet from the front door.
All right.
So a good venue, a good space is open, is welcoming, is hospitable. They're staunch on their rules. The rules that they have. No one said you shouldn't have rules, but the problem I have is when you get to pick and choose who those rules apply to.
Yes, that's the problem.
You got a problem with me, but you don't got a problem with this little white girl.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say something to you,
and
I might even put my hands like, no, he's not. But making sure that
we don't combine no violence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't condone violence.
I did want to give a quick shout out to the Promontory because I saw that they're closing down.
Yeah, that was good.
Super dope venue. We want to give you your flowers. So shout out to the Promontory and the cool people who work at the Promontory.
Yes.
Y'all put on for Chicago. Y'all put on for a generation. So thank you.
Yeah, no, for real. And kind of like wrapping up, Naira, it's been a great pod. I want to know, like, kind of like, do you have anything that you want to accomplish for the rest of the year? Or like, what are you trying to do moving forward? Is there anything?
That's such a good question. I am trying to focus on like purpose and impact.
Yes.
And I want to reposition myself. Well, I am repositioning myself to focusing on success in the lens of how people feel about the stuff that I make and the things that I do, and not about how it reads as far as numbers go, as far as money goes, as far as the follower count goes. I am blessed that a lot of people take the time to tell me how much like the silly little videos that I make like mean to them. And I spent a lot of time not seeing my work that way because I do it as a thing that comes naturally to me. But just because you have like a gift or a blessing or a talent that like God gave you doesn't mean that it doesn't have value just because you do it with ease. You know what I'm saying? Or you do it naturally, you know? It's still valuable, and seeing that as like a lens for success and not these arbitrary numbers. When TikTok shut down, I slept so good that night. That's the best I ever slept. Because for the first time in like 2 years, I was like, and nobody's looking at me real quick, you know? And I realized that as much as I try to be like anti-capitalism, anti this and that, when you're not paying attention, it sneaks up on you, and you start like using those same measures that you may even criticize other people for measuring their own success. You start using those measures subliminally for yourself. And so my goal for myself is to get back to the place where even if like, 5 people laugh at something that I said, then I've done something to put a smile on somebody's face and I feel good. And working towards pursuing my passions in that way, and also encouraging people to pursue their passions in that way as well. So yeah. I'm trying not to look at that scoreboard or that bank account.
One's a little easier than the other, bro. We're working on it.
But Naira, we appreciate you sliding through. This has been a great pod. I
cool.
definitely resonate with the last part you said. Just definitely remember just that, what you said, because, we definitely seen your videos, just randomly, and they had so much impact on our day.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And that's huge because, you're at work or you're, doing whatever you're doing. You see a video like that, it makes you just
put a smile on your face.
And disconnect from what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's huge. But yeah, we appreciate you sliding through. This has been Fresh Stars Podcast with Naira. We out.
The interdisciplinary yapper.
The multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, Africa's tallest woman.